BooTube. It's been a while. And why is my video darkening every 5 seconds? Anyway, I semi got the thing fixed. And I found my notes. I can continue! Despite the fact that I'm like 3 episodes off, and episode 14 and 15 are both gonna premiere October 2nd, because 15 is the season finale of season 2. Yeah, no pressure on me, right guys? Yeah! But I'm so happy, because I got like a comment on one of my older videos from the predecessor Walking Dead, and I was like, and I got a follow, and I got a follow on Google Plus from that same person. So I am all kinds of happy right now. You have no idea. But anyway, Fear the Walking Dead season 2. I know it's been a while for this one because episode 13 already premiered. The thing is, I have yet to watch episode 13. So I have to watch that before I actually do that. So I will do episode 11 and 12. At least try. But anyway, episode 11, titled Pablo and Jessica. Who are they? We're about to find out, right? And, if I remember correctly, it's been a while, so if I forget stuff, and plus my notes, I'm pretty much looking at notes, because it's been a while since episode 11. But anyway, I remember we finally get to know how Madison and Strand managed to get away from that infected herd, because remember, in episode 10, which is Do Not Disturb, it was mainly, Alicia. We mainly saw Alicia, and we're wondering what happened to Madison and Strand, because they were surrounded by infected. They were behind the bar, completely surrounded, and we're like, by the end of episode 10, Alicia manages to get to Madison and Strand behind this locked door, and we're like, how did Madison and Strand get out of there? How did they get out of that infected herd? How did they get in that locked room that Alicia found? And we also see in episode 10 that the infected that Madison and Strand were surrounded by in the bar, they were barricaded in that room. Like there were like chairs barricading the doors. So we get to find out how Madison and Strand got away from the mini herd inside that bar, how they got into that locked room, and who barricaded that door and those doors. Anyway, they're trying to get through the infected herd, and apparently Madison heard Alicia, because remember, Alicia saw the herd coming toward the bar, right? And she was all screaming, "Mom, Mom, Mom." Apparently Madison actually heard that, and, she's like, maybe Alicia's in danger and all that stuff, so she manages to kill at least one of the infected from that mini herd surrounding them, and she does what her son apparently does, because she killed it, and opened its belly and started covering herself and Strand with the infected blood. So basically she's pulling off her son. You know what I mean? And magically enough, Madison and Strand managed to walk unnoticed amongst the infected and exit the bar. And we also find out that the people who barricaded the door to the bar was in fact Madison and Strand themselves, because after they escaped the little herd inside the bar, they barricaded the doors to the bar so they would not be able to follow them, right? So by the time they managed to get outside, they noticed that Strand's truck, is missing. And Strand, he thinks that, since Madison heard Alicia, he thinks that Strand and Alicia, they were in trouble and they fled together taking the truck, right? And they managed to, wind their way through the hotel, and they managed to take refuge inside the hotel spa building, because apparently that hotel has a spa building, and they managed to take refuge in there, and, despite what Strand thinks, he thinks that Alicia and Ophelia took the truck and fled together, Madison tells Strand that Alicia would never abandon them, right? And, we also find out that the part of the spa building that they were in was actually what was behind the locked door that Alicia went to, right? Because Madison and Strand, they hear a loud knocking sound not that far away from where they are. they follow the sound to this door, the locked door that Alicia was on the other side in episode 10. They hear Alicia screaming for help. Madison manages to break the door with a fire extinguisher, and they manage to get Alicia, Elena, and Hector in, which we saw in the previous episode, right? So the mystery of how Madison and Strand got away from the mini herd inside the bar solved. Who barricaded the bar doors solved. And how the whole, what building they were in when Alicia was on the other side of that locked door also solved, right? Anyway, Madison does propose they look for Ophelia because they only found Alicia, right? And Alicia tells them, you know, Ophelia most likely fled away, right? She left, most likely, right? And so while they're there, I believe they're still in the spa building. They stock up on some meager supplies and all that stuff. And Elena tells them, you know, the main hotel has enough food for everyone to last for months. But unfortunately, the wedding party guests that survived, remember, Elena locked them all in when the bride's dad got infected and bit her own bride daughter, right? She locked them all in, but the wedding party guests that's managed to survive that and actually get out of the lock room, they're now controlling the main building of the hotel. So despite the fact that they have food for months in the main hotel, the wedding party guest survivors are there and they control that area, right? And now they have the keys. So they're pretty much screwed unless they have a way to, you know, talk to these wedding party survivors, because they have the keys to the main hotel that has the food, right? Anyway, back in Colonia, though, Nick's all visiting Alejandro in the infirmary. Nick visits Alejandro, sorry, I'm tongue-tied, at the infirmary. And, to help save their oxycodone pills, because they're running out, right? He offers to make a brand new pill by cutting the oxycodone pills in half and mixing them with powdered milk, right? In order to, you know, increase their drug supply, which is kind of smart. And considering Nick is a former druggie, he knows how to do this crud, right? So Nick is showing Alejandro how to crush the oxycodone pills and mix it with dry milk to create a brand new pill. You know, because a druggie would know that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was really impressive seeing him do that. If it weren't for the fact that he was a druggie, he would make like a good pharmaceutical guy, just saying. Pharmaceutical guy. He would make a perfect one, just saying. But anyway, back to Madison's group. And no, I will not go back to their group right now at the moment. Nick and Alejandro, they start making a new batch of diluted oxycodone pills. Diluted, obviously, because they mix it with, you know, formula powder and all that stuff. And, Nick actually brings up Alejandro's bite scar. And he pretty much tells him he's very skeptic about the fact that Alejandro claims that he got bit by an infected and he survived. Which I don't blame him, because I feel the same exact way. Because, like I said in previous videos, we've seen people get bit and left the bite mark. None of them survived. All of them died and became infected/walkers. And whoever did get bitten and survived, they only survived because they got, like, the bitten limb chopped off. Like, for example, in the previous Walking Dead, Herschel, he got bitten in the foot, they chopped off his leg, he survived. But there was a moment where that was not the case, because remember, Tyrese got bitten and they chopped off his arm and he ended up dying from blood loss, unfortunately. Granted, he did not die from the bite mark, he died from blood loss, but we only saw one case where someone got bitten and survived, and that's only because they cut off the limb that got bitten on time, you know what I mean? And he didn't have blood loss. So I'm really skeptic too. I really don't blame Nick for being highly skeptic about Alejandro's, you know, bite mark. He got bitten by an infected and survived, and he didn't die. He didn't die and turn into an infected himself. I'm very skeptic about that. I'm skeptic if that. because we have not seen it before. I'm guessing that, one, my main guess is Alejandro is lying about his bite mark. Yes, he got bitten, but I don't think he got bitten by an infected. I think he got bitten by something else, and then he's passing it off as an infected bite so he could, get the people of Colonia to believe in him like he's like a god or something. Or there's like a 10% chance that he's actually telling the truth. In my opinion, I think there's a 10% chance he's actually telling the truth, that he got bitten by an infected and survived, which means there's, like, in my opinion, a 10% belief that he got bitten and he is one of those lucky few that are actually immune. And oh my god, I have a huge zit. But anyway, back to Madison's group. Madison and Strand, they're in front of the hotel and they call for Oscar, who apparently is the groom from the wedding. And he appears on the balcony, and I don't remember exactly what they say, but whatever Madison and Strand managed to say to Oscar convinces Oscar to invite them inside, but as long as they drop their weapons. And so they meet Oscar and Eileen, who's the mother of the bride, and Madison proposes to join forces with them and make the hotel their home and secure it against infected and other enemies, which include, people who are alive. And Oscar does agree to help only if they kick out Elena, because they all remember the party gets all blame Elena because she's the one that locked them all in there, right? And Madison manages to defend Elena, but Eileen's all like, she killed my daughter, and it's like, technically that's not true. Elena locked you guys in there after the infected dad bit the bride daughter in the face. So technically, Elena's not to blame for the father dying and turning into an infected. Okay? She's not at fault there. She was not at fault about the daughter either, because the daughter got bitten by her dad, and then Elena locked him in there. So technically that wasn't his fault either. So Eileen is wrongfully accusing the death of the daughter. But anyway, Madison tells Oscar that her group will remove all the infected from the hotel, with or without him, right? And so he gives them the hotel keys. And I don't know how that managed to convince him not to have Elena, sent away, but it does. And after the meeting, Madison and Strand predict that they're gonna have a lot of trouble with Eileen, because she is not in her right mind right now, because she is still distraught about everything that's happened at the wedding, seeing her husband fall on the ground with like a heart problem and die, and then eat their daughter's face. I don't really blame her. So like I am slowly running out of time, so I will have a part 2. And so, because, see, there's been some interesting stuff happening in my previous videos. Like, I've been able to get to past 15 minutes, maybe like 15 something, and my videos were okay. So I thought maybe I should test out that theory. And what happened was I kept recording till 16 minutes, but then when I tried to upload it, it said it was too long. So I can go a little over 15 minutes, but I can't go 16. So I am not going to take that risk right now. So this is my part 1 video of Fear the Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 11, Pablo and Jessica. I will see you in part 2 and possibly a part 3. Hopefully not. But anyway, bye, YouTube. Bye.